bigger boat. All right, what is up, my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We got a fun one for you this week, and last 2 weeks we've been playing other people's decks. You know, a bit of Aspiring Spike's Monkey deck. We played, I don't remember, it was so long ago. And today, though, we're playing a Jim Davis original. And this is a deck I built for a show I do on my stream called Freshly Brewed, where I have an idea, I build the deck, we play it on the spot. And this is the updated version. And these have gone pretty well usually, so kind of rough out the hash out the details on stream, and now I bring to you a much more refined and straightforward and consistent version, and hopefully that's the idea anyway. And what do we have here? We have an enchantment base control deck. We're calling this deck Shark Replenish, and we'll see why in just a second here. Resurgent Belief is the build around here. This is a new card from Modern Horizons 2. This is one of the cycle of many suspend cards based around broken old cards, right? So Ancestral Vision is obviously Ancestral Recall, just time instead of mana. Same idea here. Resurgent Belief is based on the card Replenish, 4-mana sorcery from Urza's something or other that returns all of your enchantments from the graveyard to the battlefield. Extremely powerful effect. Was a major player in multiple formats across Magic's history. And now we're seeing it on a free spell with Suspend 2. And Suspend 2, 2 mana. Now, of course, we don't usually play these spells for their spend cost. Usually we cheat them into play. And we're using As Foretold, which can cast any one of these spells for free. You pay 0 rather than mana cost. But realistically, suspending this card is perfectly reasonable. Spend 2 is not very much. And we're a control deck. We're meant to take multiple turns here. So this will return all the enchantments in the battlefield, graveyard of the battlefield. So what do we want to return here? What kind of enchantments do we want? Well, the biggest one, of course, here in the deck's namesake, of course, Shark Replenish, Shark Typhoon. And of course, a card that already finds its way into the graveyard very, very well. It's already a very good card. And then once it's in play, it does very powerful things, makes a bunch of sharks. Very, very powerful card. And there was a game in my Freshly Brewed episode where we had 3 of these in play. And that game was won in fairly short order. Now, what other enchantments do we have? So Typhoon is great. Your cards like Cast Out, Cycles, super easy. Just cycle it. For the most part, there's just an opt. And we cycle it, and then later on we get to get it back with our Resurgent Belief. We have Lay Claim, a card I didn't play in the first version of the deck, but I wanted to try out. I thought this was a little too all-in, but very powerful effect, very, very good card to get back. That's pretty cool. We have Spreading Seas, which is phenomenally good against Urza's Saga, because it just kills it directly. It's just a good card in general. Birth of Meletis. We have On Thin Ice, and of course, As Foretold as well. So not an insane amount of enchantments. The point of this deck is not really to be like an all-in Resurgent Belief combo deck. The point of this deck is to be a solid blue-white control deck that has sort of really powerful mid-game play of just like putting 5 enchantments in play at once with very little deck building cost here. We have plenty of good cards in our deck. We have Teferis and Supreme Verdict and Counterspell, Remand, Rule Spells, Prismatic Ending is really good. So you have plenty of ways to just play a good, solid control game Magic. Rather than trying to like resolve a Jace the Mind Sculptor and stay in play for 5 turns, we get to just fire off the Belief, get a whole bunch of value, and win the game pretty quickly, which is super cool. And again, not a lot of opportunity cost here. You know, all these enchantments are pretty fine by themselves. As Foretold, we'll be casting our Ancestral Visions as well, which you can also just suspend on turn 1. And then As Foretold also can just cast On Thin Ice or Remand or Spreading Season. We can play this card as intended. It is not particularly amazing as intended, but perfectly functional. It's a card. It's a Magic card that does things. It does exist, and that's pretty cool too. So that's that. We got a blue-white control deck with a kind of a pretty fun twist here on a very powerful effect. Lots of basics, lots of snowlands for our On Thin Ice. Hall of Heliod Generosity is super cool. 1 extra red source for Prismatic Ending for a 3rd color. And I love Prairie Stream in blue-white control decks with lots of basics. Love it. Sideboard got some counterspells, some extra wraths, 4 Kor Firewalkers. We are a Yorion deck. Yorion, of course, plays well with cards like Spreading Seas and Teferi and a few other cards. Honestly, there's a lot of value here. This deck could not be a Yorion deck, but I think being a Yorion deck is totally reasonable based on the build of the deck. Seal Cleansing, Stony Silence. Kind of get the idea. More enchantments. So that's the deck. I'm pumped to play it. You should be too. First, we work from our sponsor, CoolStuffInc.com.
CoolStuffInc is proud to sponsor Jim Davis. We offer great deals on card games, tabletop RPGs, board games, and more. Get a free token featuring Jim Davis and take 5% off your next order if you use the code JIM5 at checkout. CoolStuffInc.com. Cool stuff in stock.
All right, round number 1. Let's go. Winning die rolls is cool. We like that. Yorion, I choose you. And it's fine. Reasonable. Very reasonable. We got As Foretold, Cycler, Remand. Remand, of course, in the play is pretty solid. Nothing amazing. We're going to have to fetch a duel probably, which is totally fine. It's like cast out. One issue I had in the first run of a deck was we played 30 lands and we flooded a lot. A lot of cycling in the deck, a lot of card draw, a lot of Birth of Meletis and stuff. So cut that down to 27 lands, I believe we're playing now. Trying to avoid the flooding bug. I hate flooding. It's my least favorite thing in Magic. Scalding Tarn. Sacking it. What kind of Scalding Tarn deck are you? Are you a Cascade deck? Are you a Ragavan deck? Ragavan would be good here. No current answer. Unfortunately, unlike Wall of Omens, Meletis will not block on the first turn. No, it's a Hallowed Fountain tapped. Okay, not a common turn 1 play in Modern, but sure. We are going to take ours untapped, cycle the cast out, draw a card. Prismatic Ending, sure. Now our options are Remand or Birth of Meletis, but not any guarantee the Hallowed Fountain deck is playing anything. Could be a Stoneforge Mystic, but I want to guarantee land number 3 here. We're just going to play Birth of Meletis. Get our ball rolling. We have Force of Negation too. Got a nice little pickup. We go to Plains and say go. Can line up our As Foretold. They play a Stoneforge Mystic. You know, is Prismatic Ending it. Castle Vantress. Interesting. Interesting. Brainstone. This is some sort of blue-white miracles deck, I suppose. Thankfully, the card Terminus is not very good against us. So we're going to untap. Draw As Foretold. Make a wall. And then we're just casting As Foretold, I think. We could, yeah, we're just killing As Foretold. Likely to resolve here. Oh, gets that blue, though. You gotta pay for that? You gotta pay for that? And again, As Foretold, while we don't have any 0 mana cost cards yet, we can just use the card as intended. You know, like, it's not crazy to just, like, play spells for free off of it. We have a lot of card draw in our deck, so sort of like a, you know, not so hot Aether Vial, but Flooded Strand. We have a Field of Ruin for this Castle Vantress. I'm sure I want to be doing that at some point over the next few turns. So I'm going to be a nice long first game here. So settle in, buckle up. Shark Typhoon should be very good against them. Our Teferi should be good. Then possibly we can find a spot where we want to Prismatic Ending this Brainstone. Ending probably won't be too good against them. Oh, it's a breeding pool. Okay. So I officially have no idea what's going on. Another just main phase fetch a tap duel. I don't know why my opponent would do that. I'm going to be totally honest with you. All right, so we're going to put a counter. Oops. On As Foretold. It's great. Draw on Thin Ice. That is not a good draw. Now the good news is we have 4 copies of Thirster Meaning in our deck. So those can go in and fish out the, you know, just discard the enchantments I don't really need. Unfortunately, we have a few of those right now. Now the question is, do I want to try to make this land drop or not? Missing land drops in the control mirror is not ideal, but I think we're just going to say go. We Remand up. We can Field of Ruin the Castle Vantress. Cycle Shark Typhoon for 1 if we're desperate to make a land drop, but I'm not really willing to just main phase that. And they have 2 mana open for Brainstone. We could try and like ending the Brainstone for 1 mana, but well, I guess actually that would do nothing actually. So they're going to Brainstone anyway. So Brainstorm comes to Modern. It just costs 3 mana instead of 1. Not really super excited about this card, honestly. The art is also very peculiar. Very peculiar. Brainstone, 3 cards back. Now it's funny because if we field them, we might actually clear the Brainstorm, so I'm not even sure I want to do that or not. Hallowed Fountain comes in. Tapped. Mismatch Hallowed Fountains. Sure. So if we field them right now, there's a chance we might end up just clearing their Brainstorm for them. So I'm going to Shark Typhoon. I'm trying to draw land here if possible. And then realistically, like, the 1/1 has value, you know. So there's a Shark. 3rd As Foretold. Okay. I think I've had enough As Foretolds for now. I think it's good. We can stop on the As Foretolds. The Delta. Great. We drew a land. All right, cool. So as long as we're making land drops, you know. And now we have As Foretold for a free spell. We can just say go here. The intent probably to field the Castle Vantress. Deny them from using that. They're going to Miracle a Terminus. I mean, it's funny. We could just remand this, honestly, because it's pretty annoying to have Terminus back in their hand. And I kind of want to cast remand anyway. I think we're going to, honestly. I also kind of want to just draw cards. I can cast it for free with As Foretold too. So let's just fire us off here. We have Force of Negation up still too. It's like pretty annoying for them, you know. Terminus is not exactly a card you want to have in your hand. So, and there aren't a multitude of brainstorm effects in this format. So, blue, are they going to counter back here? This is unbelievable. They're going to counterspell the remand on the Terminus. It's killing literally one creature. You know what? You win this fight. You can have it. You can have it. Goodbye, Shark. Goodbye, Wall. Play Plains, sure. And we're going to Field of Ruin, the Castle Vantress, get ourselves an island, and then get a Triome as well. So you might as well. Island. Doesn't tap them, which is a little annoying, but get Triome and Prairie Stream. We do need to draw some non-As Foretold, non-removal spell cards, but we can get there. We can get there. So play land. Keep a Yorion in our hand. We already have a Force of Negation cast for free off As Foretold, which is great. So in no rush to really do anything. Unfortunately, they play a Planeswalker. We can't really deal with it besides forcing it. Another Castle Vantress? Who are you? All right. Tapping 4. Looks like a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I mean, if this resolves, we're kind of in big trouble. So cast for that As Foretold for free. Yeah. Unfortunately, our hand's just like really, really bad here. Yeah, it's going to resolve. Now we probably lose the game. Pretty not good draw for us. Unfortunately, all these on thin ices and prismatic endings and Wrath of Gods and everything is just not super exciting for us. And I kind of doubt our Yorion's going to stick here either, but they leave the card on top of our deck. It can't be a good sign. We draw a Prismatic Vista. Okay. And we're just casting the old Yorion. Just fair and square. They only have 2 cards left, so, you know, it is possible that this Yorion could stick. See what happens. See what happens. Wonder if this breeding pool was only for Prismatic Ending mana. They're going to Fate Seal me again. But if they top it, I have a fetch. I mean, in game theory sense, they should just always top this card no matter what. This just force me to crack the fetch. Because I'm going to crack it no matter what anyway. So leave it on top. May or may not be good. Unfortunately, it's not papers. We can't. They're going to. Wait, what? Okay. So they're going to Fate Seal me and then shuffle my deck for me. Which is a kind thing of them to do, I suppose. We'll get an island. And now we can leave the Vista in play. So if they Fate Seal us again, we can break it up. We need a spell here, folks. We need some sort of good spell. Thirst for Meaning, I think, is probably the best spell we can draw. That's an island. That's an island. All right. It's okay. I don't think this deck wants any sort of like creature land, or I mean, we have 1 Hall of Heliod Generosity for like a little extra value. It's possible. It's possible. I mean, flooding was definitely an issue. I mean, we also just like, we're just playing a pure control matchup, so all of our removal spells aren't good. And then the As Foretold, we just do 3 As Foretold and 0 Cascade spells, or no mana cost spells. Leave the card on top. We'll sack the Vista. I'd love to look at the card and know what it was, but get an island, untap. And I mean, if they're not brainstorming, it means they probably have another counterspell in their hands, or probably just dead. But there's Thirst for Meaning. I mean, that's the card we wanted to draw. Is it possible to draw it? Want to try and cast it on their turn? I don't think so. Just go for it. Play with As Foretold. Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. Actually, I'm not sure. All right, so we're going to counter this, obviously. Cryptic Command, sure. Yeah, not a great start for our league here. It's okay though. We'll power through. We had sideboard in a number of reasonable cards. Third bounce As Foretold, which doesn't do anything basically. And we're gonna say go. As Foretold being on 6 is not really like the most important thing in the world, you know? So yeah, we're a little soft Planeswalkers. We have 4 cast outs, but we are definitely a little soft Planeswalkers that are resolved. Throw on top again. Oh man. Kill me here. Cycle Triome, okay. Always an interesting sequencing from our opponent. That's okay. Counterspell. Yeah, doesn't really do anything. All right, so I mean, like, it's probably has to be like Teferi, cast out, replenish. I guess drawing 3 cards is also good. Top card on top again? Man. We never miss, do we? All right, here we go. What card they put on top for us? That's a rebuy. That's like not bad, honestly. Cast it for free. Target this. That was a mistake. I just screwed up. I should not have cast it for free. If I draw a free spell now, I can't cast it. I think I play this for As Foretold, but they're going to opt the response. I should just have mana for it. Spring Seas resolves. All right. And we draw a Shark Typhoon. Unfortunately, they're about to ultimate this Jace, which means my hand becomes my library. We can make a 6/6 Shark, and then pray it's gonna be good enough. That's a possibility, you know. It's a thing that can happen. So let's take up, and probably not gonna work, but yeah. So cycle. Make a 6/6. In response, they're going to tap blue. So they have a counterspell in their hand. They don't understand how Shark Typhoon works, I guess. Draw an island. So now this is going to be my deck. So ideally, we're going to draw our counterspell on our first draw. That's the ideal scenario here. And then maybe ride the Shark to victory. I would say our chances to win this game are extremely low, but all right. So tough first game there. Didn't draw very well at all, and obviously matchup wise, we have a lot of dead cards in a matchup like this, but that's sideboards are for, right? So now he gets to bring in our negation, veto, Teferi. That's mostly it, honestly. All right, we don't actually have a lot of great cards to bring in. Got the On Thin Ices. The Prismatic Ending probably has more value. And unfortunately, like, we don't have like a ton. We can bring in like Kor Firewalker as a creature, honestly, and just to attack. It just like does more than Prismatic Ending does or Supreme Verdict. It obviously it doesn't like feel particularly great, but realistically, Supreme Verdict doesn't do anything either. Just cut one of these endings, and then that will at least force them into action and pressure planeswalkers and stuff. So not ideal, but I mean, these sorts of like super hard control decks aren't super common in Modern, you know? We have plenty of tools too, and we have plenty of you know, counter spells and card draw. That was just a really awkward game. We drew all, like we said, drew all of our As Foretold, none of our no mana cost spells, and not this time though. All right, so this hand's pretty reasonable. We're gonna keep this. We have Spreading Seas. We have Cast Out Cycle. We've got As Foretold and Belief. We have Force of Negation. This all feels pretty nice. Opponent mulligans 6. We can lead on our planes. Just cycle our cast out here. Flooded Strand. Crack for Fountain. Tap. Say I don't know. Remand. And even like lets us cast our Spreading Seas. Ooh, Ancestral Vision. Interesting. Do you want to wait for As Foretold or suspend it? We're just gonna suspend it. We're gonna go Spreading Seas here. Just fire away. They're gonna give us the land. Might as well take it. You know. Then we have, now we have As Foretold with 2 no mana cost spells. We drew a land. We have Force of Negation. We got Remand. This is all pretty great for us. And now, if they want to counter us As Foretold, we can just suspend both of these, honestly, and really force them into a bind. And the one problem, of course, is that if you suspend them, the card Teferi becomes very, very good against us. We'd actually draw a Thirst for Meaning, which is a really good draw. But I think we're still casting As Foretold. We get Prairie Stream here. Honestly, it's funny. Like, I think that, like, just not even playing this and just, like, planning on suspending these is a very reasonable plan of action also. Thirst for Meaning is pretty nice. We have Remand up. We have Force of Negation. We cast the As Foretold and they counter it and they go to play something. It's pretty annoying, honestly. I'm just playing it. It's pretty huge upside if it resolves, so. Sure. So say go. We have Force up if we're desperate to stop a Teferi or something like that. They don't have a third land. I mean, so awkward spot. Now, I'm tempted to just jam again, but because they didn't play a land, one of the main like basic rules of a control mirror is you never play spells to do a control player's missing land drops because they have 6 spells in their hand, and if they keep not doing anything, they got to discard a hand size. So we're just say go here. With the intent to play Thirst for Meaning on their end step. They have 7 cards in hand. They drew a land, sure. It's a Hallowed Fountain. They're going to pay 2. Just going to fire up the old end step Thirst for Meaning, and it resolves instantly. And discard enchantment here. We're just going to discard the Spreading Seas. Makes our Resurgent Belief better. It's all pretty good. We have Delta. So I think we're just going to suspend Vision and say go here. It makes our As Foretold a little bit worse, but I want to leave Counterspells up, and it still isn't making actual play, and it's still pretty reasonable. Suspend that. It's really big. Put that here, one of our many windows. Play Delta, say go. The intent to cycle for Triome. End step, they're going to opt, sure. And again, suspending the belief is also totally reasonable. Right now we have an As Foretold, a Spreading Seas, and a Cast Out. So not insane value, but definitely decent value. Get Triome. Untap. And we're just saying go once again. Shark Typhoon's a nice draw as well. Play land, say go. Never casting a spell here. They have 7 cards in hand. And if they don't make a land drop next turn, they're probably discarding the hand size, which is exactly where we want to be. So do make a land drop, so that's fine. We're going to make a Shark here, though, and start pressing the issue for a Shark Typhoon phenomenal matchup like this. I would say that we're at a strategic disadvantage overall, but we have a few cards that are very, very good. Unfortunately, we are playing 80 cards, though, and a lot of our cards are not necessarily great in like a pure hard control matchup. There's a Shark. Medium-sized Shark. They're gonna path my Shark. I am totally okay with this. This is a solid. This is a 3-for-1, folks. 3-for-1. They spent a Path to Exile, and I got a card off a cycle, a land, and their Path to Exile, which is great. Force Negation, sure. And now I'm close to wanting to cast As Foretold, but I don't think so yet, because again, we can just keep making land drops. We draw a Lake Lane. That's pretty cool. That makes the Resurgent Belief much more intimidating. I might actually. Let's see. Right now we have Force, Remand. Now they have only 6 cards, so then this regarding the hand size is not like insanely. The problem is if I play As Foretold and it resolves, I don't think I'm actually playing anything. So I might just want to suspend this belief, honestly. We'll have one big turn. And we have Force, Remand to fight over Teferi, so they can't resolve it, which would screw us up really bad. So Spreading Seas, Shark Typhoon. I guess a resolved belief would be really good, but Let's just say go here. I'm sorry. I mean, what's this? This is tough. This is tough. Spend force. We suspended our Foretold. Gets a lot worse, obviously. Let's cast As Foretold. Then we can't have force plus remand up. I'm going to suspend. Honestly. Just say go. I have double force remand up. Recycle Lay Claim. The Vision and the Belief are happening at the same time. It's really, really hard for them to like answer everything. And if this Belief goes off, we're going to be in a Shark Typhoon, a Spreading Seas, a Lay Claim, an As Foretold, and a Cast Out. And the Cast Out might not do anything, but everything else looks pretty good. 2 mana in the pool for them. Up, nope. Back up. 1 mana. Nope. Back up. 0 mana. JK, LOL. End step. Cycle Lay Claim. Delta, sure. Untap. Triggers up. Another remand. Cool. So we got a lot to fight over here. Play land. And we could Yorion for a blue card in hand. We just don't have mana to cast everything though, so this is totally fine. Just gonna pass turn. And next turn's our big exciting turn. I'm excited. Hope you're all excited too. I'm excited. The suspense is killing me. No play from our opponent. Draws up to 8 cards in hand. They do draw a land, so they haven't discarded the hand size yet. They've managed to draw a land basically every time they were about to discard the hand size. And cracking this fetch. Gonna go get a tapped Triome again. Okay, and they're just gonna say go. So we're gonna crack our fetch. Get a Hallowed Fountain. And should we have islands? Jeez. Alright, and then we're gonna untap. We're gonna stack it so the visions will resolve first. Because we want to draw cards before playing our big knockout spell. So casting visions first. I'm targeting me. I'm thinking me. It resolves. Firewalker, Birth, Thirst Meeting. I think we actually want to cast Thirst before we fire this Belief off. The problem is that they have Dovin's Veto, I suppose. It's pretty annoying on the Belief, but we can always remand it and do it again. I think our Belief is good enough here where we don't need to put the Birth in the graveyard also. So we'll cast this and see what happens. The card Dovin's Veto would be annoying, but I'm pretty happy to remand here and just do it again next turn. So the card Actual Counterspell. So we are going to start by playing Force of Negation this Counterspell. Then we're going to play a Dispel. Ooh, this kind of game, huh? So now we're going to remand the Counterspell because they can't recast it. They're going to Force Negation, targeting the remand. Okay. So I mean, they have like another pitch counterspell thing here. We can definitely, but they've spent so many resources on this. I think it's actually just fine. All right, we're going to remand. This is actually fine. So let this resolve because we're not going to remand the Force Negation, obviously. So that's fine. And we're going to go back to remanding the original counterspell. It resolves. So Dispel counters Force Negation. Belief resolves. And now we're going to put the Lay Claim on the Triome. The Spreading Seas on the Hallowed Fountain. And Cast Out has to target nothing. Because it has it's only your opponent's stuff. And we draw a Vista. We draw for turn. It's a Force Negation, kind of cool. And now every spell we cast is a shark. So I think we can just Birth here, I guess. There's no reason to leave mana up, honestly. Could cast Firewalker also. I think Birth is totally fine to get a shark off of it. And all our cards are very tiny, as usual. And an island. And start sharking. So with Shark Typhoon in play, double Force of Negation in hand, I think we're feeling pretty good here. Opponent certainly missed some land drops, but also didn't really do anything. Gave us tons of time to set up. And obviously, late claiming a land is not the most exciting thing in the world, but, you know, we'll take it. We'll take it. Untap. Counter on that. We're out of islands. And we're just going to attack and probably play Firewalker and say go. I think we're pretty... No, what is this? Cycle their own Shark Typhoon. And there's plenty more where that came from, so... So play Firewalker. And just say go. I was going to cast As Foretold, but it got in a Shark, whatever. We're going to Thirst to discard As Foretold, and we have double Force Negation, and I think everything's looking pretty good for us here. Obviously, Kor Firewalker looks kind of silly, but just better than a random Supreme Verdict, so. Prairie Stream's cool. I like Prairie Stream. Teferi Time Raveler. All right, so we're going to Force Negation that. So we don't do it now. We never will. So get a Shark. And set Thirster Meeting. Make a Shark. Draw some cards. Discard 2 cards here. Untap. Hall of Heliod, super awesome. Sometimes they don't got any more Wrath in their deck. Play with As Foretold, moves to combat, attack. And now we can Hall of Heliod's for a Shark Typhoon every turn for the rest of the game. Oh, no, we can't. We already, it's in play. Sure. Whatever. We're winning so bad it doesn't actually matter. So make sure we have time for game 3 here. Could be Yorion in our hand, whatever. Just game's over next turn. So it is funny there are no good enchantments to get because they are all currently on the battlefield thanks to our resolved Resurgent Belief. Snapcaster Mage. Sure. They're going to attempt to path something? Opt, sure. Path Exile targeting my something. I am out of basics. End step, I think the Heliod, tap. Shark Typhoon, cool. That's pretty good one to Heliod. So make a wall, play a land, attack with everything. Say go. Make a huge shark, buy it back with you with Hall. Oh, there's that anyway. All right, cool. So that game went a lot better for us, obviously. You know, a little lesser on the dead cards, which is kind of cool. And now we got to play nice and fast for game 3 here, because some long games to start up our game set. Yeah, so even though, like I said, I think strategically we are a little behind because our cards are not super well suited for a control mirror. You know, Birth of Meletis, Kor Firewalker, Prismatic Ending, definitely a number of cards that aren't great. They have more counterspells than us and Snapcasters and stuff like that, but we have some cards that are pretty good, so. Okay, not a great hand, but it's fine. We can keep this. The fear here is if they are able to resolve a Teferi on turn 3. Because we're probably playing Birth on turn 2. That's a good one too. Probably just have to play Birth of Meletis, so. Find that 3rd land. If we draw a 3rd land, we can not play it, but. Brainstone, yeah. Not super impressive Brainstone, you know? All right, draw land. We did draw land, actually. So now we're going to play a land and say go. Like to get to a spot where we are playing Birth or Firewalker and leaving up Veto. So untap, draw. That's also a good draw. Thirster Meeting. Also get to a spot where you discard Birth of Meletis completely to the Thirster Meeting. That's cool too. End step, gonna brainstorm. Yeah, 3-mana brainstorms are, you know, it's like a 3-mana lightning bolt. Yeah, like yeah, it's still a lightning bolt, but it costs 3, which kind of takes all the lightning bolt part out of it, turns it into an open fire. You know, not even sure brainstorm's playable at 2-mana. Honestly, you know, costing 1 is a pretty big jump. So pass turn, we fire off a thirst here. It resolves, awesome. If they counter it, fine. Honestly. Sure. Honestly, I think it's a pretty big waste of a Dispel. Dispel is one of the most best cards in Counter Wars. Although, to be fair, I suppose against Dovin's Veto doesn't do much. So this is an aggressive player. I'm glad we drew his Force of Negation because counterspelling a Birth of Meletis and dispelling a Thirster Meeting is pretty aggressive use of resources. I'm not gonna lie. We have a third land, so I mean, like, I guess it worked in theory, but so we're gonna say go. I suppose we could just cycle Shark Typhoon in the main phase here to look for a 4th land. Making land up is really important. I make double force up too, but I'm just gonna say go. I'm thrilled about it. Blue, blue, blue. Charm, draw 2. Sure. Well, they're certainly beating us in the land portion of the game. Blue, blue, blue. So here's Jace. So obviously cannot allow Jace to resolve. Probably just fire up Veto here. This is a pretty good spot for Veto. Veto's very good at countering things. Obviously, it's it's the end all be all kind of thing. So draw land, great. So now we have the ability to cycle Shark Typhoon for 2, which is a little more impressive. They have field for the Hallowed Heliod's Generosity, but whatever. You gotta make our land drops. So next is 2. I mean, I am ecstatic about this Shark getting pathed. Once again, the 3-for-1 for us. Our hand is juiced. Draw Field of Ruin. Okay. Unfortunately, our hand is a little awkward as far as like casting our blue, 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 white spells, but they have 4 cards in hand. That was a chill. We could guess Firewalker here, but it puts shields down a little bit. I might just put this Hall on top too, honestly. Or put the... Actually, I guess I can't. They're going to field the Hall. Put Typhoon on top. It's going to shuffled away, so... Monastery Mentor. That is one that is not allowed to fly. We're going to counterspell this. They're going to have another Dispel. Okay. Now we're getting into Force of Negation territory. I think... Obviously, Dovin's Veto can only... We have a bunch of negates in our hands. Keeping the counterspell for the next Mentor seems pretty good. Yeah, I think we're gonna like hard cast a Force here and then pitch if we have to. They have 3 cards left now. We're a very aggressive player. We're really just jamming away here. All right, so that's gone. That's gone. Cool. And now we can actually Field of Ruin their Field of Ruin to keep our Hall around, which is great. So that's kind of a nice little bonus prize for us. Fixes our mana a little bit too. So we're going to do that right now. Play Flooded Strand, just say go. Still have 3 counter spells, so... And now we have Shark Typhoon, Heliod, Hall of Heliod set up too, which is great. So, in fact, I probably didn't need to tap the Hall there, but I want to keep all my colors up. That probably wasn't necessary, honestly. I probably saw a mistake. I'm trying to play fast. They're jamming again. Here we go. They've already used 2 Dispels, like Counterspell and Archmage's Charm. Dispel, like, they can't have more than 2 Dispels in their deck. That would just be insane. So yeah, bad play on my part tapping this. I should not have done that. That was a mistake. Get Prairie Stream. Untap. And I don't really see a reason to cast Firewalker, honestly. I'd rather just like get this haul going. And if I cast that, then I can't leave multiple counterspells up. So haul plus Shark Typhoon is pretty nice. I only have 1 haul in our deck, obviously, but see, the strange thing is that like they're being extremely loose with their fetch lands, which normally wouldn't be like that big of a deal. It's just like, you know, very minor, but they're actually just playing Brainstone and Jace in their deck. So like it's actually hugely relevant that they're being so loose with their fetch lands. I don't know. So Shark Typhoon on top. And I probably should cycle this cast out too, but whatever. So I'd rather make a land drop here. Still fine, I think. And now we start sharking. Sharking away. How about for 5? What's the W? Next 5. 5/5 shark. Doot. Zap. Draw planes. Die for 5. Yeah, it's great. I mean, just more mana to do it again next turn, right? You're up. Opt. Yep. Firewalker looking a little lonely here. It's like, well, what am I doing here? How did I get here? Opt goes bottom, sure. End step Thirst. Discard cast out, most likely. And a counter risk too. Cryptic Command. This is fine. Just gonna let it resolve. It's 2 for 1 technically, but the counter spells are very precious in a control mirror. Whoa, hold on. And you don't want to burn them if you don't need to, because there only are so many of them. So give them a 2 for 1 there. I think we're operating pretty efficiently here. I'm actually gonna just cycle this too. Probably should cycle the first, whatever. Untap. Oh, Kor Firewalker. Probably never casting you, buddy. Sorry. But I'm happy to discard you to that Thirster meeting, but Castle Vantress. All right, now they have a thing to do with their mana at least, but Jace. So I kind of like Force of Negation here. Just really get ring the last few counters out of him. Just cast this. Cool. We're still making a shark. Let's keep those sharks coming. Lake Claim Ancestral Vision. I mean, lake claiming the Castle Manager would be kind of nice, but Path again. This is great. This is wonderful. Like mana advantage in our control mirror. Love it. All day, every day. All right, and we'll suspend this vision. And just keep the haul going. We still have 2 counter spells, only 2 cards left in hand. Let's cycle this first. We hauling here. And they're running out of path exiles, so every path is just such a big advantage for us too. Scry, sure. At this point, I'm not sure if they have the raw resources to actually beat us. They only have 2 cards in hand. We're drawing 1 card a turn. We have 2 hard counter spells. Visions is looming. Shark Typhoon is looming. You know, we just keep making a shark every turn, which is awesome. This haul plus shark is really cool. Brainstone, you know, whatever. Sure. Cracking it, sure. I mean, I'm sure they could have had a fetch land in play if they wanted it, if they hadn't cracked these fetches so aggressively. So this is the kind of deck where like you really got to hit all your shots, you know. Every little tiny edge here and there really adds up in these very long games. It is turn 15, you know. It's not easy, but it's a possibility we should like leave Hall up and just get it back to our hand again, but they're running out of paths. You know, it's just a 2-turn clock, so. Sure. They're running out of paths. I'm running out of basics. So, all right, you got me. Path away. Gotta watch this clock too, you know? They're about even with us now. They're taking more game actions than they are, so. 1 basic left. Draw a card. Spreading Seas. That's actually a pretty good draw. So draw for turn. Field of Ruin. I mean, that also works too. We're just going to cast Spreading Seas though, so. Spreading Seas of Antris. Turn that avenue off. Thirst Meaning, sure. Can Thirst to discard these 2 Kor Firewalkers. One blue, 2 blue. Very obvious. We can't have that one happening. So I think we're gonna veto here because if they play a mentor, I want to counterspell it. So I should have thirsted first. That was stupid. I'm trying to go fast. I should have thirsted first. That was a mistake. They're so aggressive. That's great. You really are like extremely aggressive with their things here. We're gonna get Shark Typhoon. Put that on top. And 13. Play Kor Firewalker, so go. And I think we're gonna make a shark and then return the Shark Typhoon. It's just gonna be a 6/6 shark, which seems good enough, you know. We have Vision going out next turn too, so. That would take more game actions than they are, so we gotta keep us going. This, I gotta say, Hall Heliod plus Shark Typhoon's been freaking awesome. This has been a really, really cool engine. So they're gonna snap what? Like cryptic bounce the shark? They should have just waited and countered the visions and then bounce the shark. Probably. Very trigger happy. Very trigger happy. Okay, so we're not going to shuffle because it's on top of our deck, and we only basic flip anyway, so just leave it on top. If their intent was to shuffle away the Shark Typhoon, I could see that, you know, that's kind of clever, but it's not how that works. All right, so we're going to draw some more cards. And Teferi also. Oh my god, we got it all here. They have 1 card left. I think I'm actually might cool casting Shark Typhoon and playing Teferi too. Nah, we'll just I don't have any basics left. I don't have any lands left. Oh my god. Actually, do I have 1? I think I have 1. Let's find out. I don't remember. Gotta go fast. So nice and fast here. Play Teferi. Really? They have more counterspells? Alright, we'll defend here. Spreading Seas again. Alright, so we're just gonna we can Spreading Seas our own Delta, that's pretty funny. Just gotta not time out, basically. That's our goal here. I am very impressed with Hall here. I think it's like I might want a second Hall, honestly. It's obviously legendary, so like this is like the perfect matchup for it, but Now if they play a Planeswalker, we'll just steal it. Right, so they're going for the clock win here, I guess. Trying to do that. I don't know. Spreading Seas around Delta. Play Firewalker. End step. They're going to hit their own Shark Typhoon. I mean, ours is bigger, right? Say 8/8 Shark? Sure. I mean, they gotta get a path at this point, right? They gotta have one path left, I guess. 8, 9, 10. Make sure we don't die here, I guess. 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess just crank it, whatever, sure. You can always just like lay claim the Shark also, which you Resurgent Belief too, so. Yeah. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. This card's gotta be good, whatever it is. Sure. A lot to beat here. A lot to beat. Tuck the Shark, sure. Yeah, they're going for the clock win. All right, let's not give them the pleasure. I think they have no cards in hand. I should put the Shark in my hand. That was stupid. Sorry, folks, trying to go fast here. Lots of Sharks. Do. Field of run. Okay. This one I don't even need the all anymore, so you can Resurgent Belief back the it's not there yet, but whatever, make it 9/9. They're just dead on board. That's exactly 13, so nothing left. I'm out. I'm out. Tax step coming for you. Shark, 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 Shark. Boom, shakalaka. There we go. Man, I must say that did not seem to be a very good matchup for us, but we'll take it. Nice long game. Made it into that game. I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching with me here. Yeah, crazy battles there. Very aggressive counterspells. Really just popping them off. You really gotta pick your battles, you know? You gotta pick your battles a little bit. But let's see. Next match coming up. Round 2. We'll see if we can make this match go a little faster than the last one. You know, blue-white on blue-white. All right, Spreading Seas cast out. It's very pretty good hand here, pretty good hand. Unfortunately, Prairie Stream is a really, really good land to fetch. It's almost always Tundra when you fetch it in the mid-game, but it is a little awkward on turn 1 here. We're going to keep, obviously, but would like a select of his cast out on turn 1. Probably not happening. Basic Forest. All right, hopefully we're not going to be playing a 1,000-hour game here. Let's go. We got Force of Negation queued up. We got Spreading Seas. Basic Forest go. What the heck is Basic Forest go? It's an interesting opening here in the modern format. Explore. Okay. It's a weird draw of an Amulet Titan deck. That's what it looks like. Unfortunately, Spreading Seas not great against Amulet because obviously they have bounce lands and stuff. But sure, we're gonna cast it. We need to draw some cards here. So Put that there just in case. Possibly they're playing like Valakut and not playing. That's a pretty fun one. Not playing Amulet Titan. Pretty weird Amulet now. Yep, no, never mind. So honestly, that's kind of fine though, because that puts the Spreading Season into the graveyard for us. So now our Resurgent Belief is more exciting. We draw a non-land. Now we could just fire up the Belief here because we can get another Spreading Seas going, cycle Cast Out, and cycle Lay Claim, and try and be a little more combo-y this game. Because if they're working their way towards Titan, they don't really have an answer currently. So I kind of like that actually. Just suspend. It's not amazing. You know, I would really like to pick a land drop here, but next turn we can Spreading Seeds, hopefully draw a land and cycle Cast Out. We can cycle Lay Claim too, so not a good spot to miss a land drop, not gonna lie. We also have Force Negation for an Amulet, which is kind of cool too. Or a Pact of a Green Pact. Okay. So now I don't want to Force Negation the Pact here. Honestly, Spreading Seas might be able to make it so they can't pay for this. I might actually like want to let this happen. Is that crazy? I think we do. Like, they're not getting Titan. Probably going to get an Azusa. Try and make some land drops and do some stuff. Now they're going to get Titan. Oh, they have Garen Break. Oh, yeah, duh. Okay. I forgot that Garen Break existed. That's my bad, folks. That's my bad. I just threw the game away. I just totally forgot that this card existed and they guessed Titan this turn. I should have forced that. We'll see what we can do. Probably dead, though. Obviously, we can still complain about drawing a third land and stuff, but yeah, I should have forced that. Just totally forgot. Now, we do got to pay for their Pact. So we'll see how greedy they get here. Obviously, they know we have Spreading Seas in our deck, so. And we do have Belief coming and Lay Claim. We have On Thin Ice, too. Urza's Saga. Okay. All right, so no way to stop them from paying the Pact, but really want to draw land here. Like, really, really bad. Are you kidding me? All right. I mean, they probably have Bajuka Bog in their deck too, unfortunately. God, this stinks. This just smells rotten. We can like Spreading Seas the Urza Saga and try and just Mize the white source for On Thin Ice. I don't think if we just cast On Thin Ice, we're gonna win the game. Because we need to use it. We need to have more mana than that. And then next turn we get Cycle Lay Claim and Cycle Cast Out. So I think we basically just have to hit Cycle Spreading Seas here and hope to draw a white source. I think it's our best chance to actually win the game. So that's what we're going to do. Not thrilled about it, but I think if we just play On Thin Ice here, we're not getting enough value off this to win on this very disadvantageous board. So let's draw a white source, folks. Here's hoping. That was not a white source. Now I can start a hand size, though. It's always that. So it's hard to Lay Claim a hand size. They're going to pay for the Pact. And I mean, we are going to double Lay Claim them next turn and double Spreading Seas. So maybe like, imagine if we drew a land this game, we would have crushed them. All right, we're gonna force this. Yeah, because they're gonna try and get the 2/4 and just kill us with Valakuts. So we're gonna force this. So force this, pitching Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which is never coming into play. All right, sure. So there's Dryad, land, Dryad, double Valakut. One of the Valakuts in their hand though, because they bounced it. So this might actually not kill us. Oh, they can play that one too. Sure. Now we're dead. All right. So we just like threw his game away, unfortunately. Which does stink pretty bad. If I had just countered the force, remember this card existed, we would have won. If I drew a land at any point, we would have won. It's mostly on me, but you know, oh my god, yeah, all All right, so yeah, we just kind of threw that game away. I mean, we also drew no lands, to be fair, but so kind of annoying. It's on me. Let's look at our sideboard here and see what we got going on. Not a ton. Stony Seal. I mean, Seal Cleansing it plays for sure. Force of Negation plays. I would say that that Supreme Verdict does not play. Prismatic Ending is reasonable. It can answer Amulet. A lot of good cards against him, honestly. I mean, Spreading Seas is good. Our counterspells are pretty good. Teferi Time Raveler is, I think it's fine. Is it better than like some random, like on thin ice? Probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. It's better than Prismatic Ending. Ending only really hits Amulet. I suppose it can hit like a construct. Maybe our Teferis are bad. Like Teferi Hero of Dominarias. I'll just do one of those. So let's just like draw lands this game. You know, be pretty cool. Be pretty cool. We could also like on thin ice that one turn. It just seems so bad. Man, we were queued up for such a good belief too. We were so queued up, just ready to rock and roll. Ready to rock and roll. Would have stolen 2 lands. Would have stolen 2 lands. Spreading Seas 2 more lands. I'm sorry. We would have stolen the Titan, obviously, if the Titan had still been in play. It's my bad, folks. My bad. Definitely should have won that game. If I had not been foolish. It's too greedy, you know. I just wanted the packed kill. It just feels so good when you kill your opponent with the pack. They get greedy with it, and like you're able to answer what they do, and they can't pay for it, or you can stop them in some way or whatever. Just too greedy. Can't help myself. Maybe we're just whatever. All right, on the button. Yorion. Not really a Yorion. Oh, come on, what's going on here? Oh, we're gonna mulligan. All right, what's actually going on here? Huh? Someone playing a prank on me. All right, going to 5. We're being punished for our transgressions from last game. So obviously, unfortunately, Force of Negation really bad in a hand that mulligans this much. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna ship Force and Prairie Stream, I think, and just try and draw more lands. And like again, when you mulligan a 5, we need spells to win. And we have Seal for Amulet. Discard Force. Discard, yeah, just gonna go for it. I mean, not an ideal spot to be. What are you gonna do? They have Amulet. We kill it. They do. So let's pop that one. We have Remand. We're still gonna kill us right now. It's not want to get 3 mana on turn 2. Garen Brig. Explore. Bounce land? I would like a bounce land here. Or an Urza Saga for the Spreading Seas. Either or. Not a Valakut. Prismatic Ending? Mad awkward. Alright, so now we gotta cast Spreading Seas because otherwise we're not gonna be able to make a land drop. Cast a spell here. Make a land drop. Nope, no land drops this match. Sorry, folks. No magic this match. Throw Chamber, sure. This is punishment for screwing up last game, honestly. It's just karma. Could have won the game, chose not to. Remand. No land. But no land for... We're going to lose the game anyway. No land for complete equity. There we go. There it is. All right, so... I screwed up game 1, and we didn't draw any lands in the match anyway. So, what are you gonna do? I think that we would have won that match if I had played better. I think we would have won. We should have won game 1, and then honestly, it's pretty good for us. We have a lot of answers to things. We have our like a lot of our cards are pretty good against them. Honestly, like Spreading Seas and so on and so forth. Lay Waste or Lay Claim is pretty cool against them. But what are you gonna do? I made a mistake in game 1, and then I got properly punished. Ooh, what's going on here? All right, we're going to mulligan again. We're on the draw. Nah, because they say they could have a discard spell also. This is a one-lander. Do we keep this in? I mean, we might should keep this in as a one-lander against a Lurrus deck. Should throw in Vision or Cycle cast out into possible turn 2 Birth, but we got them all against the hand. Obviously, there's no lands, so all right, keep this. I'm gonna ship the Lay Claim here against the Lurrus deck. Even though we have the Belief, like, just keep our lands, keep our Visions. See if we get what kind of Lurrus deck. It could be anything. There's 100,000 Lurrus decks, so it could be Thoughtseize, could be Swift Spear, could be Boggles, could be Sprite Dragon, could be anything really. Horizon Canopy, sure. Didn't see that one coming. And now the question is, do we want to suspend Visions or try and play it on turn 3? I think we're just gonna wait. We're gonna play Delta and say go. I don't think this Horizon Canopy deck will be interacting with my As Foretold, so mana comp. Okay, we're off the map. Okay. It is a Kazandu Blade Master. Allies. Okay. Thirster Meeting. I mean, I guess we're gonna kill this. Like, and then we just As Foretold Vision next turn. And you're not gonna spend this just to go. Allies. What's Allies gonna do to us? Like, what kind of interaction are they bringing to the table? You know, nice pay. I mean, we just keep playing Mad. They're gonna lose, right? Because they gotta tap. Take one for every spell they cast or every land they tap. I mean, it's like a mana barbs in play. Thirst for me again. All right, so that's actually pretty sweet because now we can get As Foretold in play, draw 3, and then start ditching some enchantments or Belief because we're already like ready to roll here. Hopefully they just don't have some crazy follow up here. So we're about to have a great turn. That was a great draw. Just land on Thin Ice. Next turn is on Thin Ice plus Thirster Meeting. So once again, I don't really know where this deck tops out on, but I care nothing but treasure. The land beckons me, and I cannot rest until my feet have touched every inch of it. Sounds tough, honestly. Imagine if a football field was like blue, and any spot you stepped on turned red. Imagine how long it would take you to turn the entire field red, like Splatoon style. I don't know. Druid, that's a lot of... And Zendikar is a big place, too. That's some ambition. Yeah, but it's good to have ambition. It's good to have dreams. You know? It's good to have dreams. It's a good card. All right, so haste and pumps. Okay. And make 2 mana. Do it again? Nope. Blue. They're going to clone it. Okay, so this is a solid attack here. So it doesn't give wouldn't allow future ones to have haste, so it's not like that scary. Let's see what we draw here. Force of Negation. So we're just gonna rattle off this Thirster Meeting right here in the main phase. Let's see if we draw some big enchantments just cast right now. Shark Typhoon, As Foretold. Honestly, we could just dump the Shark Typhoon. We could just dump Shark Typhoon and then just fire it up right now. Or we can wait a turn. I mean, so we could like return the Shark Typhoon by itself and then just cast the On Thin Ice, making a 1/1. And a 1/1's actually pretty good on this board. It's not very exciting. I think we could do a lot better than that. You can also just like bin it, cast On Thin Ice, and just set up for next turn. I guess we can cast On Thin Ice for free too. It's kind of cool. If you don't want to do that. We're at 11. We don't want to die. I really don't want to die. We're just going to go for it. It's not the best Resurgent Belief of all time, but we're just going to take it, I think. Take our baby shark. We're going to exile the clone, I guess, just for like Yeah, let's have the clone because if we Yorion bounce it later, we can like it can just die, I guess. So it's fine, whatever. All right, and then we're gonna say go. And if they're able to kill us next turn in some magical way, so be it. Because we're gonna untap, make a bunch of sharks. So they're also already at 12. So excavator. I mean, oh man, if I should have waited. We got 80 cards in our deck, and we want enchantments in our graveyard. I should have waited. Look at me. What a goof I am. What a goof. All right, so don't feel like the excavator and the battle singer are like friends. They seem like they're like they'll work together, but they're like kind of more like, ugh. All right, yeah, I got a job to do. I'm gonna do it, I guess. Because one milling me, and then I guess it is gonna pump it up. It doesn't have haste though. All right, 3 blue in the pool. Another excavator. Yeah, we should wait on the belief. We've gotten so many things back, but I don't think they're decking us. So what's some like wonky combo I'm unaware of? They're gonna build themselves actually. Oh, they're a rally deck. Ooh, that's fun. So rally the ancestors, which can return back stuff. Yeah, druid doesn't give the druid's haste. Like this doesn't give things haste. So all right, that's a thing. But they've now binned 3 rallies, so we have Force of Negation anyway, too, so. Yeah, I think we're okay here. I think we're going to be all right. Pretty safe on tap. Draw. And, it's got a thirst. We can pitch the thing if we have to, obviously. Pitch the As Foretold. Or any blue card. Draw. Remand, Shark Typhoon, Supreme Verdict. Alright, so we're going to discard. Let's discard the As Foretold. Kind of doubt we're going to need the Supreme Verdict, but let's keep a hold on that. So, and then we'll just say go. I mean, like, they're going to have a lot of mana next turn. They have 1 freaking card in hand, so. We have Remand plus Force if we need both of them for some reason. And they're just dying. They are at 11. Like, maybe we could have attacked there, honestly, but I think we're all right. 1 white. Free blade. So, mill a bunch of cards. Now they're going to mill me. What does that mean? Maybe they've saved the targets, I guess. Pump some stuff, do some things. Their last card is Rally. I mean, obviously we just have Remand and Force Negation anyway, so. Cleric. They're going to gain some life. We're just going to Verdict them next turn? Sure. So now out of spells. They have no cards in hand. I guess I could in theory sack Canopy and draw like Rally again, but the same thing where we just don't really care. So we still have 40 cards in our deck. Crack the Canopy. This is cute. And crack both canopies too. Almost going for the flawless victory here, you know? Okay. I'm pretty sad if we lose this game. 24. They run the eye, we lose. That's not real. No way. Okay, we're good. So we can remand this. Whew! Boy. We would have lost this game, folks. We were actually like really close. They mailed us for like 60-something cards. I believe. Oh my god. When I can get all our enchantments back. Oh my god. That's too fun. Put Lurrus in hand. Okay. So we're going to cast Supreme Verdict and kill all their stuff, and then Resurgent Belief back our entire graveyard, which has more things we could ever need in it. Actually, I don't. I mean, probably shouldn't do that because we're going to draw off our spreading season stuff. Actually, I can't do that. So whatever. Let's cast Verdict and kill them. So Vision, not casting that one. All right, play that. Play this. Cast Supreme Verdict. Make a shark. Take a bite of a shark. And again, if I cast Resurgent Belief here, we'll get back all of our other stuff too. We'll just let go here. The intent to probably like cast Shark Typhoon next turn, I guess. Just cast Yorion too. I mean, Cavern of Souls. White. You got it. Blade Master. As Foretold. Goes to 4. Force of Negation again. I don't think we're gonna fetch. I think we're gonna like fetchy things anyway. Cast Shark Typhoon. Make a 6/6. Their hand is Luris. Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I certainly need. Give me a 3/3. Give me that 3/3. Only non-creature spell in their entire deck. I get 2 3/3s off it. That's awesome. Love it. You know what? I should have cast this Force of Negation too. That was a huge mistake. That was a big mistake. It's okay. Teferi, Hero of Dawn. I get tuck our own stuff. That's cool too. All right, so cast this for free with As Foretold. Make some sharks. Put Yorion in our hand. Just gonna tuck this. Attack with everything. I game was a lot closer than I was gonna be. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they really did almost deck us. Really did almost deck us there. You know that Remand, you know. Is that a Snapcaster Mage? What? I guess that's for trying to rally. All right, so that was a wild game. All right, so the old aggro tribal combo deck. Bring in the Wraths. I mean, I don't really want Force of Negation, but I would say that we can definitely take out these late claims. Seems a little bigger than necessary. Honestly, it's a Teferi Hero of Dominaria. Seems also kind of unnecessary. I kind of want the Force of Negation just to not make sure we don't get rallied. And the Teferi Time Raveler seems like fine also. All the Wraths. Counterspell Spring seems good against them. Our removal spells. Prismatic Ending's great. Maybe Time Raveler. Maybe Time Raveler's not good against them. Yeah, maybe let's just do this. Remand spreading. I guess like the remands and counterspells are pretty bad. Obviously, we need to counter the namesake card, but they're bad against everything else. So maybe like cut remand. Cut remands for Teferi. Make sure we can answer the rally. It's all that really matters. Seems fine. It's fine. I'm sure they're gonna board. They can board anything. Like they can play any color spell, you know. All right. Pretty good hand. Pretty good hand. Got a Wrath, even As Foretold. It's like Cast Out. Cavern of Souls, sure. All right. A little heavy on the Shark Typhoons now, not gonna lie, but as long as we find land number 3, it'll be good for land number 4, probably. So why couldn't this be base camp, you know? They have the mana creature. That's like kind of not cool. We're certainly pretty far ahead of our Wrath. Spreading Seas? It's actually kind of nice, honestly. Turn off this Cavern of Souls. Do you draw some lands? Yeah, that is a land. That is a land. Did ask for it, Jim. You did ask for it. Only tap land in the entire deck. I suppose Prairie Stream would also come in tapped at this current juncture, but Mana Confluence, sure. So yeah, if they're able to like turn for us in the play before I can cast Day Judgment, you just give it to him. Just give it to him, you know? They're going to mill themselves, sure. Three red in the pool. So I don't have like double Battle Singer, you know? Green, 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 green. It's a company deck too. Wow, all right. Did we see a single company in their graveyard? I said look close enough, or they boarded them in maybe. We did keep all four Force of Negations in, so. And they hit pretty well. They hit Blade Master and Battle Singer. Yeah, they were just dead. I think they're just going to turn for us. It's a pretty good draw. 1-drop, 2-drop mana creature, 3-drop spell company. Yeah, they're going to turn for us in the play, which is fine. Kind of game where like if we're on the play, we turn 4 at them and win the game. So it's fine. We'll win game 3. It's not a big deal. Is it attack for 10? Yeah, we're just dead. Okay. You got us. You got us. Unimpeded there, no problem. Now we're on the play for game 3, and our hand will be better than that one, hopefully, and have a little more interaction. And we're ready to roll. Right? Definitely don't want Remand over Teferi, do we? Maybe we do. Even if they have Cavern of Souls, like they played multiple spells, multiple turns, so we get Prismatic Ending on Thin Ice, get tons of stuff. Not worried at all. One of the main tenets of playing control deck is you just understand that like you're just gonna get got by aggro once in a while, you know. It rarely happens twice in a match, but all right, well, this is pretty good get got for us. So we're gonna mulligan into a not so great hand, but we got to keep it. Keep and ship Teferi Time Raveler, I believe is the worst card in our hand. Is it worse than Thirst? Maybe not, actually. Maybe Thirst is worse. And I would love to play Strand for Plains and cycle cast out and draw another land. But I think it's just too risky. I just want to guarantee Remand on turn 2. So also want double blue for Counterspell. So we'll see what their 1-drop is. Cavern of Souls. Must be nice. Must be nice. Aether Vial. All right. Nice Counterspell, Jim. Shark Typhoon. All right. Very real chance we cycle Shark Typhoon and not cast out. Just try to use our mana better. Guaranteed Teferi on turn 3 here. Nice Teferi, stupid. We're definitely losing this game. All right, sure. Fine. When I played 30 lands in the league on my stream, we flooded essentially every game. So maybe I course corrected a little bit more in the other way. It's obviously inherent variance in the 80 card Yorion decks, obviously, but all right, so yeah, we're gonna cycle Shark Typhoon. So next turn we can cycle Cast Out and play a 2-drop maybe. So get islands. Cycle. Draw. Prismatic Ending. I mean, all right, we drew a land at least, thank God. All right, so we can like Ending the Mariner here, honestly. Just costs 3. It's not that big of a deal. And that just opens up other stuff for us, hopefully down the road. Our hand's like pretty bad. I mean, they obviously happen to have the Cavern, which is annoying. We drew 2 counterspells, it's pretty annoying. Missed land drops, pretty annoying. Yeah, just most things are pretty annoying here, but hitting the Vial with the Ending, like, we can just bounce it with the Teferi next turn. So we'll just do this. So this is not the ideal opening by any stretch of the imagination. All right, they never 1-drop. That's good at least. Mana Confluence. White, Blade Master, sure. Definitely want to draw land if possible. Let's see what we draw here. We draw another. We're gonna bounce the Blade Master response. I mean, we're not gonna try to bounce Vial here. We just need to like not die. I guess I can just put it. I'm so stupid. I'm just. Obviously replay it. But I guess they probably had a 2-drop anyway, so either way, I should bounce the Vial probably. I mean, I guess if I bounce the Vial, they still have 2 creatures in play. Now they only have 1. So it's kind of like the same thing either way. Obviously, like it looks. Maybe if they don't have a 2-drop in their hand, then yeah, we look really stupid there. But like their entire deck's 2-drops, so I think it's fine. Yeah, they like left Vial on 2, so that's fine. That's fine. So they attack, kill Teferi, and we gotta like fire up a Thirster Meaning here and draw some lands and some relevant spells. Thankfully, they aren't really doing much, despite having the Vial plus Cavern opening. Battle Singer, okay. I mean, that could be bad. They have a clone too. How'd your video go, Jim? Oh, I lost to allies. No big deal, I guess. I suppose, honestly, unimpeded, like, the ally nut draw is probably better than the human's nut draw, but, like, they don't actually interact or do anything else like the human deck does. Like, this is turn 4. All right. And we're just, like, dead. Like, we don't actually have any outs anymore, I don't think. Yeah. All right. Not for last few matches have been pretty frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. We definitely screwed up one of them, and then I mean that match. That's like the match you play when you're in a tournament and you're like 2-2, having a bad day, and it's like the dagger through the heart match. You know, you play and you're in round 5. You're just trying to stay in and make day 2, hopefully, and you just lose to the allies player and just get totally browned in comical fashion. And you check that drop box, go get some lunch, and you just tip your hat in appreciation. You know, the allies got you. The allies got you. All right, round number 4. We're gonna right the ship here. This deck is super awesome and deserves a lot better than this. So let's get going here. No more thin misplays. No more missed land drops. We got this. It's Shark time. Let nobody say that I curate my content. I know. You know, that one of the complaints sometimes of content creators in the Magic community are they only post the matches where they win. Well, not with me. Not with me. I post the matches where I get crushed, where I make mistakes. I want you to see me as a real Magic player, not the best version of me. You know, carefully curated Instagram version of me. You know, All right, so they have a Lurrus. We're going to keep this. Even if they have Thoughtseize, we have a turn 1 Visions, which is pretty awesome, actually. Seas should be good against Lurrus decks usually, and we have Verdict too, so. Watergrave, Inquisition, and then we get to play Visions. Oh my god, they're playing Mill. Okay. So, don't know how that's going to go for us. Let's get our Hallowed Fountain. And let's suspend Ancestral Visions, I guess. We are playing 80 cards, but like, we're also not exactly the fastest deck of all time. We seem fairly vulnerable to the card Rune Crab. You know, not a lot of spot removal, that kind of stuff. See how it goes, I guess. Field of Ruin, you got it. You got it. Start filling that graveyard for me, I guess. Mesmeric Orb. That is a magic card. And no land again. All right, so it's funny, like spreading, seizing the Field of Ruins actually like not bad. Just denies them landfall triggers. We're gonna do that. Do we need to draw some lands? This has been the case literally all day. We did it. We did it. Now we set up a Wrath, and we got to deal with this Mesmeric Orb. They're going to play Fractured Sanity, which we just gave them the mana for. Mill 14 cards, okay. Down to 45 cards. They have 2 cards left. We're going to like Thirster Meeting. Can possibly find Force of Negation. Defend ourselves a little bit. Hopefully they just like play another crab. And we'll get to wrath them for some value here. They have milled a lot of cards already. Alright, there. I mean, we got our wish, I guess. No fetch land, please. Another orb? No land at all? Okay. So we're gonna thirst. I mean, like, only have 1 snow-covered plains left. That's gonna be risky. Maybe we just don't thirst. I guess we got the thirst. We gotta beat these orbs. Discard a Spreading Seas. Just don't mill the 1 plains in my deck off these orbs, please, for the love of God. That was a good draw. All right, so now we should beat the orbs. We have most other things covered. They have 1 card left. We have Force of Negation. We can definitely Teferi tuck one of the orbs. Put Lurrus in hand, sure. We have 32 cards left. Now we have less than that. Fire up the Visions. Need to draw land for sure. We didn't draw land. We still didn't draw land. Oh my god, this is unreal. All right, so 20 cards left. Man, you're really killing me, your smalls. You're really, really killing me. It's very... Bounce an orb. Like... Discard Birth of Meletis, Thirster Meeting. I'm just Thirster Meeting. We can't draw many cards, which we're gonna lose. So I think it's actually Ancestral Vision is worse. So they play orb again, we'll force it. And then hopefully we'll draw a land and tuck the other orb. They play a crab. Exile, just Spreading Seas, I think. 16 cards. I'm like, not sure if we can win this game. I guess that's like fine. The problem is if they draw a land, they should go Lurrus, fetch land, Crab, which is also pretty gross. Yeah, I don't know if we can like win this game before we just like naturally deck, honestly. All right, we'll say go. So they have a Boros. Now they have Lurrus for yeah, all right. You have any Wraths left? We have Verdict. We have one Wrath left. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I don't think we can win this game anymore. Wrath. Prismatic Ending. Don't really do it. We have 11 cards left. Yeah, we're just dead. Oh, man. The card Rune Crab is pretty good against us. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. All right, so we're going to take out the lay claims. The endings are great, that's for sure. We're going to want the vetoes, the Teferi, Force of Negation, Seal of Cleansing. I mean, I think we can not Wrath, honestly. Ending's good. I would say Teferi Hero seems unnecessary. Remands. Spreading Season isn't great either, honestly. I guess Birth is also bad. Maybe Birth is just worse. Does actually find a land, I suppose, rather than maybe finding a land. I need 2 more cards. So cast that's good. I guess Verdict is fine. Just like clearing up a few crabs or whatever. You gotta clear those crabs up, you know? I'll bring 2 of these back in. I mean, Ending and On the Nice are great too. So unfortunately, they also have the card Surgical Extraction in their main deck, which is pretty good against our graveyard, you know, like recursive stuff. But we're the Ragavants, you know, we're the Urza Sagas. I guess in the winner's bracket, huh? Oh my god. All right, mulligan. Guess we're keeping, folks. We're going to keep. We're going to discard. I mean, probably Remand, I guess. We have Thin Ice for a crap, I suppose. You do have nice lands, at least. There's always that. Yep. Okay. So, I mean, obviously we can Field of Ruin for a blue source, which is not ideal, but it's fine. We have a Belief, which is kind of cool. Another crab, sure. Yeah, that's all pretty good. Now if I field them, we get the Millis again too. I guess we have like Belief though. I mean, like we can like Belief and then defend the Belief. That's like definitely a path to victory. Of course, we need to actually draw a blue source, but just suspend. Just suspend. And we can spend a turn getting a blue source and spend the turn getting a veto up to defend it, and just try and use their own stuff against them, you know? Field of Ruin. They're going to mill me. They thought about it, though. Never scared. Never scared. Do they want to mill me? They afford to give me all of my enchantments? they're going to give me blue mana? Okay. Go on. I mean, if they're going to arc, they're going to surgical the As Foretold. I mean, that couldn't be less relevant, I don't think, so sure. Veto is here to defend Resurgent Belief and basically nothing else. So on thin ice and cast out so far, but cycle Shark Typhoon. Don't mind if I do. Spreading Seas. I think I'm gonna discard to Thirst, honestly. Just play land, say go. Alright, I mean, we're using their own stuff against them, obviously. We have Shark Typhoon, Thin Ice, Cast Out here. I mean, like, I think that they would be wise to not make me mill any more cards, but they can't make a land drop because it is a Rune Crab only targets your opponent, and then we also have this Thirster meeting. Excuse me. All right, they're playing a Field of Ruin. You mill over a Birth of Meletis and another Shark Typhoon. Okay, I'm ready to go here. Here we go. Dovin's Veto all day. Cast Thirster meeting. Discard Enchantment. Discard Spreading Seas. And we're off. Cast it. Defend it. You cycle Fractured Sanity. Each opponent mills 4 cards. So, more stuff from my belief. Now we get another on thin ice. Doesn't really matter, I guess, but draw for Sanity. And it just happens. Just like that, it just happens. This is going to go on Field of Ruin. I guess this will go here. This will go here. And novel stuff happens. So, I mean, this crab is really, really dead. We out of planes? We're out of planes. Drop Field of Ruin, sure. And now we have 2 Shark Typhoons in play. Make a wall. Oh, that's pretty cool. So because the Saga came in our upkeep, when it went to our main phase, it went to Chapter 2. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, I mean, we have to actually cast some spells to win, but we can put Yorion in our hand, I suppose. We have Dovin's Veto ready to go. Can flicker any of these on thin ices to kill more things if necessary. All right. I'm going to pretty aggressively counter this because I'll get 2 sharks. I don't want them to get to 20 cards for the recalls, so we're just going to pop off here. Get these sharks going, you know. I'm not sure what we're scared of as far as like spells anymore, now that the Typhoons are in play, so just don't let them mill at a good rate. Prismatic Ending, sure. I mean, exile target non-land permanent if its mana cost is less than equal to. So I can actually cast Prismatic Ending for like 1 million here and just like make a huge shark, right? It's like pretty cool. Target the defender. Take that. Wall. 2/6/6 sharks, please. Thank you very much. I'm all going to 5 or 6 this game. I don't remember. Put Luris in hand? Sure. I guess they're trying. They are dead, though, so not sure what they're doing exactly. The Sharks don't stop, my friend. They're coming for you. All right. There we go. There we go. Now let's just draw a functional hand for game 3. We do that. Don't these lake claims? I guess like stealing a crab. It's not much. Stealing a lure is obviously cool. Stealing a mesmeric orb doesn't do anything. Are we just better than like spreading seas? Maybe. Just like higher upside. Yeah, I'll see that. I'm spreading seas. You know what? Maybe this is better than Birth of Meletis. Birth of Meletis is pretty freaking bad. You can cut those. And Verdicts to Fairies. Yeah, this is all plays. Let's try this. Try this. Deciding on the die roll, huh? Deciding on Luris, huh? I'll choose Yorion still. I'm committed. We would just auto choose the companion for you if you had a. I guess like it's not doesn't mimic paper, so all right, we'll keep this in. It's not great, but double vengeance is pretty nice. Couple cycles, double visions. Don't have like a really good crab hand on me, you know. Always a crab. Always a crab. That plays. All right, I guess we're not gonna vision on turn 1. This obviously makes our mana like insanely awkward, but I like to give them 0 cards off this crab if possible, I think. Not turn on their other cards too. Of course. Of course. Where there's one, there's more. Always. Vista, Thin Ice, Supreme Verdict. All right. So we'll fire a vision here. So they go. Now we're close to playing Verdict on 4, so Field of Ruin, sure. Are they just attempting to Field of Ruin me? I got all basics here, my friend. Fortunately, I need a second Plains for the Supreme Verdict, but glimpse the unthinkable. All right. Now we're at 17 cards in the graveyard already. Which is not great. We have 3 cards left. Oh my god. Please stop drawing Ancestral Visions. Alright, Cycle Lake Lane. Druid Island. I mean, they mill my Hallowed Fountain. Things get really awkward. But if I fetch it, they can just Field of Ruin it. Oh man, I hate this. All right. Please don't mill my my 1 Hallowed Fountain and 52 cards. Mesmeric Orb. Okay. You've already lost 1 Resurgent Belief. No land. Okay. All right, so. Oh, yeah. All right, Orb. They hit the plains. It's kind of annoying, but. So we're going to have Verdict this single. That was a good draw. That was a really good draw. We're going to Verdict this single Rune Crab. I Prairie stream too. Let's get Hallowed Fountain anyway. All right, so you are dead, Rune Crab. Get out of here. They're gonna archive trap me in response. Okay. They have 2 cards left, so we're close to having him out of resources. We need to draw a way to deal with this Mesmeric Orb. And this one. All right, so that one's gone. They have 1 card left. And they also have a Luris, obviously, which is super annoying, but it's fine. Mill a bunch of cards. Draw Teferi Time Raveler. That could be worse. I mean, we're like getting kind of dangerously low on cards, but Last card's drama lock. Okay. All right. I mean, they mill some cards. They're actually playing the card Counterspell. It's interesting. Field of Ruin, really awkward this deck. Triple blue, blue black. Lurrus to hand. Untap. I mean, we got a vision ourselves. So here we go. Counterspell, Seal Clan. That was actually a great pair of cards. Phenomenal pair of cards. Is my Triome gone yet? Nope. So I can Counterspell Lurrus and Seal Cleansing the orb. Do I want them to mill more cards? I don't even know. $22 cards left. We can win this game. We can definitely win this game. I want them to mill 3 cards or nah. I guess so. Crab Glimpse Field. They can't even currently cast Lurrus, I suppose, so. Resurgent Belief. So we have 1 copy of Resurgent Belief left. We are drawing a lot of cards next turn, so 3 cards in hand. One of them is Lurrus. They're going to field me. I'm going to float a blue. Triome's still in there. Triome is still in there. We get a Shark for a 2/2 here? I think so. Oh, but then I have to take down Counterspell shields. Never mind, I'm not going to do that. I'm lying. I'm lying to y'all. 20 cards left. Counterspell at the ready. More cards are coming. There's more coming. There's more coming. Gonna try and get a little bit of a session going here. Session featuring the Counterspell. The problem, of course, is Archive Trap. And other instant speed mill things. If we're going to tap out for Shark Typhoon, but 16 cards in deck. Fetch land. Crack it. Gonna cast Lurrus here. We're going to Counterspell it. And I kind of want them to Counterspell back, so I can just untap and on Thin Ice it, but they can't play a spell off of it. It's the important part. Cool. So they've already played a Lamisturn, right? Where's my little log here? Yes. So nothing in their graveyard's free. So we can let Lurrus resolve here and then just on Thin Ice it next turn. This is fun. I actually like this a lot. It's burn their Counterspell. And it makes our on Thin Ice useful without getting value off Lurrus. So that's cool. I'll make it a 2/2 here. Just want to get on the board and start getting this ball rolling. And there's Resurgent Belief. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my god. And a Veto. Oh, this is all wrapped up, folks. Everybody go home. Now let's take a look at our graveyard. Let's look at our sideboard. Only 2 Spreading Seas. So we can definitely Resurgent Belief and just get everything back. And our Shark Typhoons and everything back too. So we're firing this up here. And we have Counterspell and Veto as backup. I'm feeling good, folks. I'm feeling really good. We can lay claim their lands. Fractured Sanity, mill 14 cards. Okay. We're going to Counterspell this. And then we're going to cycle Shark Typhoon. We'll wait on Shark Typhoon. Can do it next turn. Spell goes to 1. Counterspell some kind. Cast out. Attack. Our Hall of Heliod's whatever is gone, right? That'd be an awesome one. I could say a Field of Ruin, but yeah, it's gone. All right, so we're going to say go here. They have 1 singular card in hand, about to draw up to 2. We have a Veto. We have a Cast Out. They've got, ooh, we got to counter this, unfortunately. I mean, if they have a way to stop our belief, but we can't let them draw 3 cards here. Just actually inexcusable. So, all right, hope that last card isn't good. Oh my god. Alright, so you have to draw exactly a counterspell with the Shark Typhoon. That's unbelievable. They just had a heater and drew another heater. Alright. We can figure out what we have left, but there's no point. So, cycle and draw. It's got to be a counterspell. Cycle and draw. It's got to be a counterspell. Oh my god. Now, the fun part is we're going to get all of our stuff back, but then we're going to deck. It's also spreading season there too, I think. So there's no way to like, yeah, if we had some way to put a card on top of our deck, obviously. Man, they just need to brick for 1 turn too. All right, yeah, we're dead. Oh man, just not our day today. Just not our day. Like, they couldn't just brick for 1 turn there. You couldn't just have 1 spell instead of 2. You know, like we have to counter the recall. There's no way you can't counter that. And it had to be exactly the mill 14. I guess even if it was mill 10, we probably still had a loss, but we have this last match. We gotta win this last match. I can't take this anymore. Deck's too cool. Deck's too cool for this. Not happy. All right. We got this. On the play. It's been a league of 2 landers and run bads, but we got it. We're keeping. Let's go. Ancestral Vision, come on down. No companion for our opponent. We got Force of Negation. We got Birth of Meletis. Bloodstained Mire. Sure. You say so. What's funny is we're playing Vision sort of unfairly with the As Foretold, but there's a long time where that card was banned in Modern. Too good for Modern, they said. Not sure who they is, but what's going on, Bloodstained Mire? What kind of deck we got here? What's the deal? Sacred Foundry? Maybe Dredge? Maybe Dredge? Stomping Ground? Okay. Little throwing discovery action? Yep, alrighty. Not letting that one happen, obviously. Fortunately, like, we'll see how this lines up. We exile stuff kind of well. Don't really have any graveyard hate. I mean, I need to draw some somethings or others here, but all right, Yorion, come on in. Vision goes off in 2 turns. We do have a wall. Wall blocks pretty well. Not a great hand on our side, I suppose. Hopefully their hand's just like all dredge cards and no more enablers. Like, I would like this turn to go well for us. I think that, like, this turn not going horribly wrong is going to go a long way for us winning. So we need that 1 extra turn to draw the cards off Vision. They have another discovery, so sure. And let's see how bad this looks for us. Stinkweed and Life from Alone. It's pretty good. Dredge 5, Narcomoeba. Dredge 4, Creeping Chill. And they hit an Amalgam too. So pretty good. Also a Conflagrate. pretty good dredge. It's not like insanely good. They get a 3/3. Obviously, we have that 0/4 to block it. They chilled us, you know, not great, but could be worse. They have a land here also. I think a land would also be very good for them, allowing the next turn to life from a loam and conflagrate if they wanted to. They don't got it though, so that does slow them down a little bit. That makes the loam for conflagrate certainly slower than anticipated. Visions goes to 1. All right. Spells. You want them. You don't always got them. You're up, opponent. Not really the best Teferi Hero of Dominaria matchup. I mean, Yorion plays some defense, you know. They dredge some more. They hit 2 amalgams and an ox. A pretty good dredge there. Pretty good dredge. Now they can ox back 2 amalgams. This vision needs to be good. This vision needs to be good here. So now they're gonna ox. Not gonna make a land drop, which I guess is fine for us, but all right, so snap block. Just gotta fetch now. Whatever, like probably should have done that because we could have threatened Cryptic, I guess, but whatever. They're just doing it, you know. Want to remind you, of course, there's a companion article to this video, as always, on CoolStuffInc.com. I do a written article Friday, video article Monday, full write-up, all my thoughts. Last Friday's article was all about a really fun historic deck called Mad Cow Storm. You think you can have fun in Modern? Check out Historic on Arena, where I play a 7-land combo deck that wins with Bolus of Citadel and Aetherflux Reservoir. Real fun deck. Check it out from last Friday. And always free content every weekday on CoolStuffInc.com. Still have Loam in their hand. Oh my god, dredging even more stuff, more creeping chills. Yeah, this is all right. This game got out of control pretty. I mean, this was a very good hand for them, but not like an insanely good hand, but we just drew like really, really badly. And a lot of our cards just don't do a lot in the face of all this. So once we draw like exactly a Wrath, I think we're pretty dead. And Wrath would only buy us a turn anyway, so all right. Ancestral Visions, the card that was banned in Modern, is here to save us. Draw 3. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it definitely wasn't good. It's funny how like we're actually kind of close here. Spreading Seas turns off the green source and the red source, which is actually awesome. But the rest of it just like isn't good enough. We're still dead too. We could like exile this 3, 6, 7, 8. And we're still exactly dead. So like if we had more life, we could like Spreading Seas the green source, Prismatic Ending a amalgam, block, untap, and then like maybe keep going. And then they'd be pretty locked out of actually doing things. They can't conflagrate, they can't life Malone, they can't Oxyvagonus. So like if their hand was a little bit worse, I think we actually could have come out of this game with a win. But unfortunately, as it stands, we are dead. So tough game there. Tough game. Definitely they are the better graveyard deck. So what are we gonna do here? We don't got much. I'm gonna be totally honest with everyone. We really don't have much here. We obviously can't play Rest in Peace because we're a graveyard deck ourselves. Cards like Lay Claim, I mean Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, not particularly good against them. Remand, Spreading Seas, Thin Ice. I mean, Spreading Seas is actually insane against them. My card's actually really, really good, but Teferi is mildly passable. Guess we want Veto on the play because we want to be able to counter their 2-mana Enabler, Verdict, Ending, Typhoon, Cast Out, As Foretold, Thirst, Force, Spreading Seas, Remand. Birth is actually pretty good. Just the blocker is super relevant, I think. All right, let's just cut it to Teferi. Time Raveler, it's pretty bad. So try this. The problem is our Wraths are just like really bad because like we don't have the ability to exile their graveyard too. Maybe we just like leave a Lake Claims in and try and be like a combo deck against them. Just like let it happen. Cut this one. I'll bring in like another Wrath. Just like try and pop off on turn 4 or 5 maybe and just like kind of get lucky. Because it doesn't seem like a very good matchup for us. Just the tools just aren't really there. We don't really have a sideboard for it. Yeah, probably need to like just pop off early. And as early as Foretold, Belief. Just suspending Belief's also just fine, as we saw in the previous games. All right, on the play. Still Yorion. And this hand's better. This hand's definitely better. We're going to keep this. It's not amazing, but it has As Foretold and Thirst Remaining, so it has a pretty good chance of like kind of comboing early. Obviously, on Thin Ice is not awesome, but we're also drawing to like a dozen counterspells to counter their first enabler. Unless they have they got a little horn dog here. Shriek Horny Horn. Yep. All right, it's a good island. I kept 7 again, too. Jeez. Dredge Mulligan's fairly often, usually. It's a Field of Ruin. Not honestly the absolute worst, in that, again, hitting their green source does turn off Life from Alone, which is pretty good, but, you know, not a spell, so. They hit Wear and Tear and Arid Mesa. No Dreaders, that's good. And they didn't Shriekhorn on their upkeep. So must be missing the stop, I suppose, because that's definitely what you want to be doing most likely with no dredge card in the graveyard. Bloodstained Mire. And they're just going to say go. This is interesting. And we draw Resurgent Belief. I think we're just going to say, I mean, they want to like play cat and mouse here. Like I'm all about that. So we can end step Thirst and start looking for enchantments for our Resurgent Belief. We have the As Foretold Resurgent Belief, you know. And they got a green source here, it might just kill it. So they're gonna end of main. They hit another mountain and another Wear Tear. So their hand in this game is a little worse than it was in the previous game. Just gonna throw that one out there. I know it's just riveting analysis, but they also bend a mountain. It's possible they're only playing one mountain. Probably have 2, though. No fetch. Okay. This time they're going to hit Foothills Discovery. So, however good their hand was last game, their hand is very bad this game. Very poor mills. And either they don't have action, or they're declining to use their action for fear of counterspells or whatever. They don't obviously know how bad how mopey our hand is. You know, they just see 6 cards in our hand. So another Sacred Foundry? All right, so they're defending their stomping ground. Cathartic, discarding Thug Narco. So we'll Thirst in response, look for a, what's it called? A Force of Negation. We did not find it or anything of value. That was awful. That was really, really bad. Discard one of these 2 As Foretolds, I guess. Not really the card you want to bring back with the thing. So that was just a really, really bad draw 3. They hit 2 Amalgams, but nothing else. So, and they're Stomping Ground, ready to be killed. All right. Kill the green source. I'm running out of lands. All the lands are in my hand. All right, just say go, I guess. And they're out of basics too. They actually only have one mountain. All right. So thankfully, things are going unbelievably bad for us, but they're also going very bad for our opponent too. So comically bad for us. Oh god, they have another one. Oh my god. All right, so discard the Thug and another Thug. They hit an Ox. That's not good. They hit a Creeping Chill. Sure. Another Ox. All right, no Narco. So these amalgams are still stuck for now. Next turn they can Ox and get them all back, but hopefully we'll draw a spell in the meantime and have something else to do. Okay. I mean, I guess we're going to put Yorion in our hand because we don't have anything else to do. Can discard to hand size. That's what we can do. Don't think that that 9th land will be super important here. They dredge more. They hit the other 2 prized amalgams. All right, that's not good. If we had a counterspell here, oh boy. Remand, counterspell. They fire up the Ox. They get back 4. I mean, they can dredge most of their deck here too, honestly. So I don't even know what we're like drawing to anymore, honestly. Like, we draw a Wrath of some kind. That's like cool and all, but just comes back next turn. They're gonna hit some more chills here. Hit some Narcos, Bloodgas, Conflagrate. They are stuck on lands. Like they can't Life from Malome anymore. The only 2 cards they have are Conflagrate. That's not gonna get any better than that, really. So it just comes down to like, can we beat this board at present? And we basically have to draw exactly Wrath. Also only hit 1 chill so far, and they have 6 cards in their deck. Unless they boarded some out, which is possible. Really couldn't have that last turn. I was like, nothing we could do. Just like not possible. What if we try and deck them? What if we on Thin Ice the Ox and then Yorion it, force them to draw 3 more cards and just try and survive for like a turn or 2? Is that a crazy thing to do? Is that our like only path to victory? Maybe. I'm kind of thinking it is. I think we're gonna do it. Just might be crazy enough to work. You know, we got to look for those Hail Marys sometimes, folks. You got to really, you got to look for it. All right, so ship that. Comes back. Draw 3, discard 3. Discard 3 dredgers. You gotta play to your outs, folks. They dredged. I couldn't tell you why, but they dredged. Game 3 or game on, folks. Game on. Let's go. Want another Wrath? Maybe want another Wrath. Now we're on the draw. So the problem is now on the draw, our attempts to counter return to enabler don't work on the draw, obviously. So let's bring the Wrath back in and cut like a Veto. And like maybe Teferi Time Raveler plays a little better. Just like something. Like, I don't know. Veto, I guess, can counter some stuff, but all right. I mean, that was a gift. I mean, it's possible like we could have like maybe won that game. If we drew like an Ancestral Vision, we could target them and beat them that way also. What is the deck broken? Is it shuffle? Is it me? Did I like kick a puppy or something like that? I don't know what's going on. We're gonna mulligan. This is a lot better. This is a lot better. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna ship. We're gonna ship. It's got to be a spell. We're probably gonna pitch the counterspell with the Force of Negation. I think it's Verdict actually. I think we have a decent chance of just like keeping them off dredging for a while to not need Verdict. So opponent ball against the 5. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. So unfortunately, they're cracking Tar on turn 1. That means they have a Shriekhorn, which is not good. We're really hoping they're all in on one big Cathartic Reunion, but gotta do what you gotta do. All right, I'm not gonna force that. No chance. If this is all they have to like enable themselves, like we can beat that. I think Visions. Okay. Makes our mana a little awkward, but sure, let's go for it. Doesn't feel like it's going to be a fast game, so both mulliganed a lot. We have a force to slow things down. We might honestly ship the Thirster Meaning now and just save Counterspell for turn 2. We'll see. So let's see what this. They just didn't end step Shriekhorn? Okay. They milled Throwing Discovery, sure. Mesa. Go. All right. Well, now we're going to leave up Counterspell, so great. I mean, they have 3 cards in hand. Might just win this game, folks. Might just win this match. Nothing? Just nada? Okay. Get that Triome. Yeah, I mean, just keep right on rolling here. I mean, now we've got counterspells up, which is amazing. So they're gonna mill a narc. They got a clock, folks. The clock is on. And now I get to Thirst. And we have Visions coming too. Ooh, okay, so Thug. So now they're actually like dredging. Let's see what they hit here. Creeping Chill. I mean, they hit an Ox, but we have counterspells to deal with that, so they get to chill me. Four, five, six, seven, 8. They can hit their entire graveyard to Ox. That's obviously great for us. We just counterspell it, so still not much doing here. Coming in for 1. I suppose Bloodghast is a little annoying. They just play a land. Does obviously significantly up their clock. All right. There's Bloodghast. So we are casting Thirst here, so ideally we'll just find some sort of enchantment-based removal would be nice. Red. They're gonna attempt a Cathartic here? How would they not have had that in previous turns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think that was an attempted Ox, but they don't have enough cards now for it, so which is funny because I actually would prefer if they did that. You know, I would love to be like, oh yes, having cards is enough. Don't worry about it. You're good. All right, now they're gonna hard guess Stinkweed in, and we gotta not die to this motley crew of creatures here. Get an island. Cast Thirst. Oh boy. All right. I mean, I guess we're discarding like Vision Plains. All right. I mean, we are still working our way there. We're definitely not there yet. Yo, bro. I heard you like the Ancestral Visions. All right, so let's hit this Bloodghast. The question is, do we suspend this or not? I imagine their next turn's probably Ox, which will want to counterspell. But if they do play like they're not going to draw. They don't have a Cathartic yet. Like if they don't have a Cathartic yet, they don't have one anyway, and they're dredging every turn. So we can do this, I think. And then in the absolute direst of scenario, we can Force Negation with pitching Counterspell. Actually, we just cast Counterspell on anything. So ideally, we'll just dredge here, and then we'll just go for the Ox. Another Bloodghast. So some small ball stuff. In for 2. Nickel and diamond us here. Ideally, they fire up Ox here, which it looks like they're going to do. We'll say no to that. Draw 3 cards next turn, and hope they're not all lands. Counterspell. The classic. The OG. They have a land for Bloodghast. They don't, which I think is actually actively good for us. So, fire up Visions. Target me. And let's look at some goodies here. We need some goodies. Spreading Seas, Counterspell, Birth of Meletis. All pretty good, actually. All pretty good. And Lake Claim. Oh my god, we're definitely casting at this game. All right, so I mean, Birth can't actually block anything yet. We're definitely playing Spreading Seas, so let's just start there. Spreading Seas is the green source. And then I don't think we're going to be casting Birth. It does block Bloodghast on a future street, I suppose. But then how many lands right now anyway, so draw Thirster Meaning, great draw. Great draw, love it. All right. Now you get to Thirst away Lake Claim. Then how many dredge cards? They're getting it for 2. Give me that. Initiates need only worry about the trials. Everything else is in the hands of the gods. Try to make it interesting for y'all, you know? Cast Thirster Meaning. Belief, Force of Negation. So we're going to discard an enchantment, discard Lake Claim. Gonna untap. And we're living on the edge here, but I think we're in okay shape. Gonna play Birth. Get a Plains. Just gonna play it. Suspend the Belief. We're gonna suspend our Belief here. We're 9. This is embarrassing Magic right now, let me tell you. Just embarrassing. You're up. You have Force and Counterspell back up. We have Lay Claim. That's it, I suppose, actually. I mean, we also have the Birth in it with 2, but get a Lay Claim and steal like a Stinkweed Nip or something like that. We gotta do something. We are dying, so hopefully our visual term's been good also. Go to 7. All right, they are running out of stuff to do. Goes to 1. Goes to 1. Draw for turn. As Foretold. Right on time. Right on time, As Foretold. Thanks a lot. All right, and I guess this isn't going to die before this goes away. That's kind of a tilt, but sure. All right. I mean, Not the best Resurgent Belief of all time, but let's put Yorion in hand. Play was tapped. And say go. I mean, drawing some cyclers off our vision would be nice. Lay claim, thirst for meaning, cast out. They have a lot of cards in their hand. A lot. One red. Conflagrate for 0. Sure. I will allow that. Attack for 2. You got it. So unfortunately, like I said, this goes away in your main phase, so we can't actually get it back with the belief. Which would be nice, actually. Another blocker and 2 more life would be pretty cool. But so that's that. And make sure we stack our belief and our visions right. So you want to stack this first. So we visions first. Cast visions. Oh, hold on. That's fine. Yeah, actually, never mind. Draw 3. All right, there we go. That was actually really good. Okay. So now we're going to cycle cast out. And we're going to cast Thirst for Meaning. And we'll just discard. I mean, I must discard the As Foretold too, right? Just put it in play. So we'll discard 2 cards. You can choose 2 cards, not enchantments. So discard Spreading Seas and As Foretold. And cast that. Get them all back. We're going to steal. It's funny, we don't want to Spreading Seas the Gemstone Mine. We'll just steal the Gemstone Mine. If you could steal Stinkweed Imp also. No, we'll just take the lands. Take away their ability to actually do anything. And then we'll draw a card. Cast out the Stinkweed Imp. And then, yep, do that. Draw 4 Spreading Seas. Draw for Spreading Seas. Draw for turn. Shark. Where were you guys before? All right, so do that. It's fine. And then we're going to play Island, Prismatic Ending, the Narcomoeba, and we're going to be feeling pretty safe here. Yeah. Just pass turn here, discard lands, I guess. I don't think it freaking matters at this point. I think this is all locked up, folks. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all, but I think we're locked up here. Not quite flawless victory. They do have permanence in play, if you can call them that. Sure, let's do it. Let's just do it. Just cast them the old-fashioned way. Not a problem. You're up. Ah, yes. Name a more iconic duo in Magic than the dominating board position and counterspell in hand. Oh, they got a Bloodghast going here. That's something, honestly. Got a wall, but if this wall wasn't in play, I might be a little scared here. Tiny bit. Not like a lot, but. Hello, opponent. It's a good time to remind everyone about promo code GYM5 on CoolStuffInc.com. 5% off your order and a free Goblin token. Promo code GYM5. It's a good deal. buy your Modern Horizons 2 cards, pre-order your D&D cards. I will say I'm a little not sad, but it's a little exhausting, this is a good word, that we live in a state of perpetual spoiler season. It feels like we're still playing the Modern Horizons 2 cards, and there's a D&D cards right in your face, you know, like, wouldn't mind if things slowed down like a tiny bit, just a teensy bit, you know. You know, they're gonna milk this all for all it's worth here, try to make sure it's the longest video of all time. If you're still here, respect. If you're still here, let me know in the comments. Let me know you're one of the real MVPs out there. Watch my whole videos, you know. I know we're long sometimes. I do appreciate that. Occasionally your opponent just floats blue-red and just sits there for, you know, a minute and a half. Still working on some sort of some editing feature and stuff like that to cut the downtime out a little bit. They're going to shatter my 0-4 wall. I am just going to counter this because these are just sitting here doing nothing anyway, so make a shark. Yeah, okay, that's it. So that was honestly like the league from hell. Most things that could go wrong went wrong that league, and we still went 2-3. And the Amulet Titan match, we probably should have won. I should have won that first game. I just forgot the card Castle Garenberg exists. Even though he missed like 3 line drops that game, I think we still would have won that game. And then the game 2, it happens. You just don't draw land sometimes, you know. So and then we lost to what else we lose to? I don't even remember anymore. It was a long league, but this is actually really, really cool. I like it a lot. I mean, I don't think we overcompensated. You know, maybe 30 was too much. I don't think 27 is too little, honestly. Really think that like the deck has a lot of cycling. I mean, you know, 3 Remands, 4 Spreading Seas, 2 Birth of Meletis, the 2 Lake Claim, 4 Shark Typhoon if necessary, 4 Cast Out. Then if you get 3 mana, you have 4 Thirst Meetings, 2 Teferis. It's a lot. So, and Flooding's obviously just not good. So I think 27, maybe 28, but all in all, the deck feels really, really cool to me. Just a good amount of power, good amount of it's just, you know, a good fair deck. You know, the problem with decks like this, if you were to go all in on the combo and just play like 4 Lake Claims and all these other silly enchantments and stuff, is that like then your opponent plays a Chalice of the Void on 0, you just can't win anymore. You know, so by playing a robust, you know, just already reasonable deck full of reasonable cards, you know, we can just suspend Vision, we can just cast As Foretold, we can just do things like that and then win the game normally anyways. It's pretty cool. So deck's really cool. I like it a lot. I'll work on it some more. Maybe we'll give this one another spin at some point because I feel like this league didn't really do it justice. But that's the deck. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Jim Davis or CoolStuffInc.com. You made it to the end. I love you. You're great. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Check out all my videos, of course. Check out Friday's article and check out free content all the time, every weekday. CoolStuffInc.com. Love you all, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.